My dad always talked about going back to old things in new ways. So I guess by me vlogging, I'm going back to old things in new ways. And since today's the first day of spring, what better day to start something new? So come along with me as I go for this stroll. I'm sure most of you who are watching right now are sitting at home on your couch, still in your PJs, maybe on your second or third glass of wine, and that's okay. I ain't judging. I had a 6-pack yesterday with my wife. It was good times. Which we'll get to in a little bit about having some good times during this coronavirus self-quarantine. But self-quarantine doesn't mean you can't get outside, get some fresh air, especially on the first day of spring. Well, I guess it's not fully the first day of spring since the spring equinox isn't until 8:49 tonight, Pacific Standard Time. So today is both the last day of winter and the first day of spring. And so I wanted to start something new. And I'm not too sure really what I'm doing other than that I'm doing it because you're not always going to be ready. If there's a project that's been waiting in the wings, a book you want to start writing or whatever it is you want to do, sometimes you're just not ready, but you got to do it. And by doing it, you become ready. So I wanted to start vlogging and to go back to what I said earlier about going back to old things in new ways. 10 years ago, May 1st, 2010, I had my second professional fight and I snapped my shin completely in two and it crushed my world. It turned it upside down. The end of the story of who John Mack was over. And I really had to reevaluate who I was. Life became more simple, kind of like how it is right now. You know what I mean? You can't go out, you're forced to stay at home. Actually, after I broke my leg, my parents went on a cruise and I was by myself. I was by myself for like 2 weeks. I mean, I was at home for a whole month before I can even go anywhere because I couldn't drive. And I just had to be with myself and be with my thoughts and figure things out. And that's really when I started reading. I never really read before. So if you're not a reader, if you don't read books, now's the time to start getting into books because seriously, books will change your life. There's not enough time in one man's life to master everything, to know everything. Yeah, what's up? You guys are on the vlog. Happy first day of spring.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Cool thing about walking and doing stuff like that is you get to interact with the people. When you're driving your car, you don't interact with the people next to you. You got your music on, you're going through your checklist of things. I'm digressing now, but what I'm saying is this. Use this time wisely, you know? You have this time. Time is all of a sudden of abundance. You know, we complain as human beings and say, we don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to do this. I got to take the kids to baseball practice and I got to go pick up this and then I got to take blah, blah, whatever it is. Now you have that time. So don't waste it binging on Netflix. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Netflix. I was watching Netflix the other night with my wife, but don't waste all your time doing that. You know, use it to be something, do something productive. If you're into art, start drawing more. You know, you want to learn how to play the guitar, go learn how to play the guitar. Like, you have so much time, so much abundance around you. Focus on that. Focus on the abundance of time. The one thing that we can never get back. The money, yeah. I'm not working right now, right? I'm a substitute teacher, which means if I don't work, I'm not making money. So right now, I'm not making money. Most of you who are watching this video, probably at home, not making money. However, you can always make that money back. You can always make that money back. What you can't get back is time. Time is the most precious commodity. You cannot get that back. So don't waste it right now. Do not waste your time moping. Do not waste your time in anxiety. Do not waste your time stressed out. Like, use this time wisely. Hello. Use it wisely. Like, go do something. Go do something awesome. Look at those people. They're just walking around. Like, people be walking. This walk right here that I do or that I'm on right now, I'm at the Alameda Creek, right around the corner from Logan and the library, Union City Library. And actually on my lunches, sometimes if I know I have a class where I can eat in class, I'll come walk this during my lunch. By myself, I'll leave my backpack in the office because it's nice to get out in nature. And a good thing to think about, a good reminder during this time is to spend more time in nature. Because look at that. You guys don't get to see what I'm seeing, but look at that creek behind me. I mean, there's ducks in there. There's birds flying around. It's super peaceful. I mean, other than me yapping my mouth, like, it's pretty quiet and serene over here. But like I said, to go back to old things in new ways, because I digress a lot because I like to talk. which is perfect because now I'm starting a vlog. I can talk about whatever I want. And if you don't feel like listening to me, yo, go watch something else. However, you got nothing better to do right now, right? You're on your what season of what show on Netflix? Like, you might as well watch something that'll change your mind a little bit. Simplify. Go back to basics. Simplify life. It's okay. Everything is going to be okay. When I lived in Costa Rica with my wife, we lived in the mountains with no car, actually 2.5 kilometers from the center of the city. So once we took public transportation, we took a bus, sometimes we would have to Uber or taxi up to our place. And when we got there, there'd be no water, there'd be no electricity, and this wasn't a common thing. It didn't happen every day. It didn't happen every week. Hello. But it would happen at least once a month. And you just adapt, you just grow, you figure it out. It's okay, like you're gonna be okay. All of you who are watching this, you're gonna be okay. I promise you that. But you're only gonna be okay if you change your mind. Because right now, you have a choice. You have a lot of choices, actually. Your choices of action, though, are limited. The things you can do. You can't go to a restaurant, you can't go to the gym, you can't do all these things. The choices of action are very limited. Your choices of thought, however, are not. You could choose to see this as a good opportunity. You could choose to see this as a bad opportunity. It is simply an opportunity. When I broke my leg in 2010, I could have complained, I could have cried about it, and I could have cursed the world and cursed God, which I did for a certain amount of time, but then you have to get over it. Once the dust settles, you got to pick yourself up and you got to use that time wisely. My cousin, Queer Ricky, would say, you can't mold cold steel, and things got to be put in the fire. Things got to get burnt up in order for me to now mold that steel. So here's that fire. Here's that opportunity for you guys to change something about yourself. You got this opportunity. You always wanted to start a business. Like, start researching that. What does it take to start a business? You know, you wanted to do this, or you want to do that, or you want to start drawing more. Like I said, you want to learn how to play guitar. Whatever it is you want to do, time is of abundance right now. So use that time wisely. You know what I mean? Simplify things. Get up, read, journal, be in your thoughts. You know, maybe some people got laid off. Like I said, some of you are not working right now. I'm not working right now. Maybe it's time to reevaluate, you know? Reevaluate what you're doing. When all this is said and done and this passes, like, is this what you want to be doing? Is that job what you want to be doing? Like, for me, I know I don't want to continue to sub. If we go back to school, I'll probably sub for the rest of the school year, but for sure it's going to be the last school year that I ever sub. If you're one of my students or you're watching this video, what's up? So this spot that I'm taking to you right here, change up real quick. This is the corner of the creek. So at this point, you can either turn back or you can hook around and go the other way. So that lady is going back to where I came from. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the view that I use when I sit. So when I come here during the day, I go down and you see that rock right, let me see if I can figure this out, right there. That rock right there, I sit on that rock every time I walk over here and I look out at that view. That view that you see behind me, that's the view that I look at from that rock. And I just sit there. My phone is off, my backpack is at school, and I just sit and I think and I listen to this. That's it. Silence. Be okay with the silence. Turn the TV off. The news will be there when you check it. The people on Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok will be there when you check it. You don't need to check every 2 minutes. You don't need to check every 5 minutes. You don't need to check every hour. If you really need to know something, you'll know it. People will tell you, people will call you. Yes, times are crazy right now. Yes, you can spend your whole day worrying and watching the news and being anxious and doing all these things. Or like I said, you can use your time wisely. That being said, this is the first episode of my new vlog. I was planning to release one episode a week, talking about lots of different things from, I don't know, life and death, to living abroad, to dealing with fears or insecurities, or writing a book, or whatever it is, you know. Like I said, going back to old things in new ways. When I broke my leg, I started a vlog. And it was because I couldn't practice martial arts and I needed a place to displace my creativity. So I started writing, and I created a blog on Tumblr, and I would share my road to recovery, and I would talk about martial arts and my philosophies on it and all these things like that. But the reason I'm not doing martial thought anymore is because there's more to life than martial arts. Although I learned a lot about life through martial arts, there is more to it than that. And I like to talk about those things, you know, things that people don't always talk about, like emotional intelligence, or spirituality, or manifestation, or what do you think happens when we die? Like, have you ever stopped and think about that? Like, really? Like, do you believe what your religion told you? Or are you even sure that that's what you believe? Or whatever it is, I just want to have candid conversations with you guys. You know, I'm not saying I have all the answers. All I want to do is share my insights. And if you don't like what you hear, then hit pause and move on to something else. That's okay. I won't take offense to it. But I just want to talk to people differently, you know, not through memes, not through GIFs, although I love those. I love sending my friends and receiving those, and, you know, getting laughs out of it, and it's really fun, you know, and not likes and hearts and thumbs ups and all these things and emojis. Like, I want to talk to you like a real human being. I want to simplify things, you know, take some time. You're with your family. You know, a lot of people complain about they don't have time during the normal work week or during this to spend time with their family. They're so busy. Well, now you have that time. Spend time with them. Go on bike rides with them. Go work out with them. You know, build something with them. Like, do these things with them that you couldn't normally do otherwise. You know, you have this time. Please, please, please use it wisely. So, since we are self-quarantined, I probably will be vlogging more often. And it'll be a little bit more focused than today. I kind of just like drove to the creek and brought my camera and was like, you know what, we're just gonna go for it. No script, like let's just talk and see where it goes. So this is where it went, and this is where we are. If you want to hear me talk about something, whatever it is, I mean, it could even be martial arts. I'm down to talk about martial arts, obviously. But whatever you want to hear me talk about, you know, I have a lot of people come ask me questions about life and this and that, and I think that those questions can be answered not just for them, but, you know, for the benefit of everybody. So if you got something you want me to talk about, you got something you want to hear, whatever it is, like, leave a comment, send me a message, text me, email me, call me, whatever it is. But until then, stay safe. I love you guys. Peace.